Time for my fantasy football ride or die. I've done this for a number of years here. Last year, Austin Eckler was my fantasy football ride or die. Worked out. We've had some good hits over the year. Kareem Hunt's rookie year, Josh Jacobs' rookie year. My fantasy football ride or die is basically my guy saying, hey, every draft I can, I'm leaving with this guy. This is the guy that I believe in the strongest. My fantasy football ride or die. And this year, it's Jalen Hurts. I mentioned him on Football Night in America. He is on the cover of the aforementioned Roto-World Draft Guide right here. All in on Jalen Hurts. You think about last year. Through the first 7 weeks of the season, Jalen Hurts was the second best quarterback in fantasy. Okay? He had the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback, most rushing yards by a quarterback last season. And so I think people say about Jalen Hurts are like, he's not accurate. Can he be a franchise quarterback? Should Philadelphia move on? Well, they haven't. They didn't draft anyone, right? I'm not worried about Gardner Minshew or whatever, right? This is Jalen Hurts' team. They have one of the best offensive lines in football. They have a really easy schedule, actually, as well. So I think he will get off to a hot start, and I think NFL-wise, he'll get some confidence. Philadelphia sports radio callers will stop calling for him to be benched. I look at another quarterback who early in his career was saying, we know about the athleticism and the rushing ability, but what about the accuracy? And that's Josh Allen. So Josh Allen, in his second year, his second season of the NFL, if you compare Josh Allen's second season of his NFL to Jalen Hurts' second season, right? Yep. Which was last year. Jalen Hurts coming out of his second season. Jalen Hurts, better completion percentage, more passing yards, more rushing yards, same touchdown rate per game, same interception rate.
Yep.
What did they do in year 3? They gave Josh Allen Stephon Diggs. He became the number 1 quarterback in fantasy. What did they do for Jalen Hurts going into year 3? They give him A.J. Brown, a close personal friend in addition to being an elite fantasy wide receiver. Jalen Hurts is my fantasy football ride or die. Let's go. Let's ride.
Yeah, I like it. And I like buying into the Eagles in general. And it's really, obviously they made the upgrades, but then it's also just about the schedule. They start with the Lions, and then it's like they play the Lions 16 more times. Like, it's just, there is so much on that schedule for him to eat against. I like the Eagles at plus 1,500 to get the 1 seed. I don't think they're going to be the best team in the NFC, but I think they have a really good chance to be the best record in the NFC just because of their division and the schedule. And yeah, Jalen Hurts, he's got all the upside in the world.
He was going as QB8. Since I've started talking him up, he's now up to QB7. I have him at QB4, and I have him higher in the overall ranks as well. And I think range of outcomes is number 1 quarterback in fantasy. He's my fantasy football ride or die. I know you've got a ride or die for this year as well.
Yeah, can I do one?
Yeah.
All right. So my guy, similar rushing threat, he's a bit faster than your guy.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson.
He is faster than my guy.
Look, I think people have kind of moved on a little bit too quickly from Lamar Jackson being like a top 7 quarterback in the league. And I still think it's not that long ago that he won a unanimous MVP. I still think he's the Stephen Curry of football. I still think he is the guy who bends defenses in the most unique way. People are worried about their lack of receivers. I'm not. You've got Mark Andrews, who might be the best tight end in the league. I think Rashad Bateman is going to be really good. Isaiah Likely looks like the greatest player in the history of football if you go on what he did last night.
Right, he's a riser, Isaiah Likely.
And then you've got an offensive line that was really banged up last year. There was just weird stuff happening to Lamar last year. He's always sick.
Yeah.
He was missing games because he's sick. Then he gets his ankle, and then he's just injured. The whole team is banged up. I think that this year, with that division as well, the Browns they're not going to be a threat without Deshaun Watson. I think that he has a really good chance to win the division with the Ravens, to win MVPs, 20-1 to win MVP.
Okay.
He's also, what I like even more, 20-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year. Because he's probably going to throw some picks and get some fumbles, which hurts you for MVP, but he has a chance to get 5,000 yards of total offense. He was on pace for 4,000 yards passing, over 1,000 yards rushing. So I think that Lamar Jackson will be the guy.
I like the call here. Obviously, I have Hurts higher, but I think Jackson has a monster year. He played 11 full games last year, 21.7 fantasy points per game in those games. He would have been the 4th best quarterback in fantasy on a points per game basis last year.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.